Yes, but how did your trend following system handle the crash and the top in gold and silver? We're going to get into that. First, equity 150,000, $89,000 in open P&L, $24,000 open in silver, $24,000 open in gold in profit. So I've had a number of DMs and questions and comments recently, but what about the crash in gold and silver? How did your system handle that? I don't know if it's trolling or just stupid. It could be either. So let me turn off the system and we'll come back and look at it. But let's look at it on a 12 month. How are we this year? So right now, gold is up 55% on the year and it's pulled back 7% from the high roughly. Let's look at silver. Silver is up 66% on the year and it's pulled back about 11% from the high. So what are we really talking about here? Let's put the system on silver and we'll put it on gold. This is my average entry, this line, $37 and prices at 48 on 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. And I'm supposed to be, you guys are worried about this? It's like, oh my God, it's crashing. Yo, motherfucker, it's up 68% from the April crash. What is the April crash to? What are you talking about? What are we really talking about here? Silver is over $50. It's at 48. A year ago it was at $21. It's up people who say this are way too worried about the tops. Why do you worry about the top? It pulls back and then it goes higher. Let's look at gold now. The average entry from our system is $3,054 and prices at $4,078. Right now, from the average entry of the system, it's up 33% per position on 1, 2, 3, 5 positions. Or at least this instance of the strategy is down less than 7%. And you're stressed out about this. So like, yo, people are way too worried. People are like, the stock market, I think it's going to top. People, who knows what it's going to do. But let's go look at the 12 month. And let's look at the S&P 500. What does it do? It goes up and to the right. And you're worried about shorting the top and timing the top. People are like, top signal on gold. Do you think gold's never going to go higher? Look at that. You cannot even see the price of gold down here because it was set at $32 for most of the 40s. And then once the price was allowed to rise with Bretton Woods in 67, it went from $34 to $4,000. How much of an increase is that? 7,000% since the 60s. And you guys are worried about top signal. It's a top. The stock market's topping. Look at SPX going back to the 80s. You cannot even see the price in the 80s. So I'm going to show you a couple things. Now, what happened? Did I lose money last week? I gave back a little bit of unrealized profit, but what happened last week with gold and silver, we had a red week, but we had a green week on all the stock market indices. So that made up for it. And you might be worried about, look at the big crash in the stock market in February, where it went down over 20%. So it was a bear market. What did gold do in that same time period in April? Broke out to the upside. It wasn't an insane rally, but yeah, I mean, okay, when did the stock market actually top? February. Okay, what did gold do in February? It broke out. So one asset dumps, the other asset rallies. It's just a shell game with the rich people moving their money around. That's why for me, I want to have gold. I want to have the stock market. Also, let's answer the question. People are like, but what happens in bear markets? Well, what happened in this bear market Let me fix these settings. I want to put this ad. Okay, it looks good. Oh, let's go to the daily, not the weekly. Look, it got out, and then it got in higher. But what it did was, this is the average entry right here. To take a stop here, skip all of this, and you know this first entry is way bigger than this position here because you just made 100 grand. So now your position size is way bigger. What did it do during this bear market? Let's look at this bear market. Okay. So your average entry is over here, and you get stopped out right here for a huge gain. You lose one trade, you lose two trades. Break even these. And then this bull market, you got in way bigger than you did here. So does it make money in bear markets? No, but it doesn't necessarily lose as much as even buy and hold. People forget also something people forget about. Let's look at the NASDAQ. People sometimes forget about this. On the 12-month. What do people forget about? People forget about the time the NASDAQ had a 83% drawdown and they think, oh, buy and hold is super safe thing to do. And leverage is risky. Dude, I'm not just going to buy tech stocks, which maybe, I'm not predicting it. The AI bubble could burst and boom, we have an 84% drawdown. But what did our system do during that time? Let's go look. Gotta be on the daily. Let's go see what happened in 2000. Sat out this whole thing, like made insane gain, and then took a couple losses, but mostly sat out, and then came back in for the next bull market. Dominant performance, if you ask me. Anyways, if you want to join, just use the link in bio, and you can see more, learn more about the system. But I had to put this out there. Okay, appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.